is 2024 already? Where does time go? Like seriously, where does it go? So because it is 2024, it is a new year. That means that we are reviewing 2023 and everything I made in it, and then talking about my sewing plans for 2024. So thanks for stopping by the sewing room today. That is probably one of the main accomplishments of 2023, was getting the sewing room done. And I can't believe that it was almost just a year ago that I started sewing in here. And I really believe that having this beautiful set aside space for my sewing really helped me make even more, because I just love spending time in this room. Lucky loves spending time in this room. It is such a haven for creativity and just like my little happy place that I want to spend so much time in here. And of course, when I'm in here, I'm making stuff, so I make a lot more stuff. It works out super great because my husband loves to game in the evenings, and so he's down in the basement in his section, and then I'm like down in the basement, so we're kind of like toddlers with like parallel play, like we're like playing like side by side, but like doing our own thing. But yeah, that was huge, and of course I put out the videos about the making of this room, how this room used to look like an unfinished basement, because it was, and how I apparently am really good at drywall, so that's cool. And then finding all of the stuff that we want in this room, various antiques shops and mostly estate sales and thrift stores. So if you haven't seen those, please go ahead and give those a view. I'm really proud of those videos, and I'm really proud of this room, and very thankful to my family, specifically my husband and my mom, who put in a lot of time to make this room what it is. So the first thing that I ever made in the sewing room was my Minnie Mouse dress and my Anna dress, which were Disney bounds for going to Disney. My husband and I rang in the 2023 New Year in Disney World, and it was so much fun. We had an absolute blast. There were so many fireworks. So the Minnie Mouse dress and the Anna dress were also kind of my first venture into more everyday wear, things that I was wearing all day. It wasn't just a costume event, it was like everyday clothing that had a fun character association with it, which was themed throughout 2023 for me. And I really loved my Minnie Mouse dress and my Anna dress. My Minnie Mouse dress, I had some issues with the collar that I didn't really like, and I wish maybe I had done something different on that, but I think the fabric was really great. And then my Anna dress, I think, turned out super duper cute. I don't think I've actually worn either of those dresses since going to Disney, and I really need to change that. I really want to add them into my wardrobe a little bit more, so that will be a goal for 2024. My first really big project of 2023 was making medieval garb for my husband and myself. This was originally for a homeschool day at the museum that I work at as director of education, but I also wanted to be able to use these for different things, so I was like, I want to wear this to somewhere else because I really want to. I had a lot of fun making this, and I don't want to just make things for one event. And my husband and I had been thinking about joining the SCA, but it was like pandemic-y times, so they weren't really doing anything. But when I started making the medieval outfits, I thought, well, why don't I check them out? You know, I think people are doing things again. And they were, so we were able to attend our first SCA event, which was so much fun. We had an absolute great time. The people were so welcome and wonderful that we thought, yes, let's join. So we became card-carrying members of the SCA, and we've gone to several more events throughout 2023. It was really a wonderful part of 2023 that I look forward to going to even more SCA events. I'm going to enter an arts and science competition at some point. And so I'm working on making a really, really cool tunic for that. Some of my Patreon supporters have already seen some of the sneak peeks and glimpses of it. And they'll get to see it before everyone else does because they're my Patreon supporters. So thank you, all my Patreon supporters. You're wonderful and make things like this happen. So I am very excited about that. And entering and just getting more involved with the Society for Creative Anachronism, because we had a really great time. We're working on submitting our names right now, because you can submit like a period name, because you kind of create like a LARP character, but it's not, it's still you, but it's just fun. It's just like a little, you know, kind of goes along with like the little bit more fantasy element that the SCA has. It's rooted in history, but it has a few more fantastical elements that are a lot of fun. I made a under tunic and tunic for my husband, and then I made myself a under tunic, kirtle, whatever you want to call it, and a veil. My first project of 2024 is making an incredibly elaborate, very fancy tunic for my husband, which I will be entering into an arts and science competition. And if you want more information about that, become a member of my Patreon. Now, another big thing that I did this year was start a Patreon, and that was due to several different things. Instagram had been essentially paying me to create reels, but then that stopped. And my husband did indeed lose his job in the summer, and then thankfully got a new job that was even better, but that was like a scary moment. And then also my job that I dearly, dearly love, it is a dream job. It is for a nonprofit, as I work for the director of education of a history center, and I did not get a raise this year, as nonprofits are not doing super great, and donations are down. So because of all of that, and still wanting to create a lot of things for myself, but also I use a lot of these things, like you'll notice I'm going to say a lot. I created this for an event for work, because work doesn't have a budget. Like, they don't have enough money to give me a raise. They don't have enough money to get me stuff, so that I can bring history to life for the kiddos, which is like my whole thing that I love so much to do. So a lot of times it's me on my own budget doing that. So if you would like to support my work, not just here on Historical Belle, but also my work out within the community, because of course I work for a nonprofit with an educational mission, but then I volunteer to do a lot of historical dance programs and a lot of other historical programs throughout the state. Sometimes I get compensated for that. A lot of the time, and most of the time I do not. But it's something that I love and I have a passion for, so if you are interested in supporting a young historian, my Patreon link is below, and thank you so much for that consideration. The next thing that I made after the tunics were actually 74 embroidered handkerchiefs for one of my best friend's weddings, and I was a bridesmaid in her wedding. I hemmed my bridesmaid's dress. That is another video that'll be coming out soon that I did not have time to do this year. But I embroidered so many handkerchiefs, and that was for her wedding favors. So I was super happy to do that for her, put my embroidery machine to great use, and I did that and hemmed my bridesmaid dress, and then I made a 1930s dress to look like the American Girl doll Ruthie Smithens, which was adorable. I was not sure how I was going to feel about the 1930s, because this was my first venture into 30s fashion. It has a very unique silhouette, but it turns out I love it. I think that dress is amazing, and I am interested in making more 30s dresses. I actually have a pattern for one that my friend just made. She made it twice because she loved it so much and wanted it in different fabrics. So I might be making another 30s dress this year. We'll see what I have time for, but it's definitely something I'm interested in. It's just something to see what comes up. But I absolutely love that dress. I did not get that dress video edited in 2023, even though it's one of the first things that I've made. I just released that a couple weeks ago. It was my first video of 2024, but I made it like early 2023. So also, if you're interested in seeing things that I make as I make them and not like a year later, join my Patreon. They're gonna see things as they get created and in real time, not like a year after I make them, because I have gotten to a point right now that I make so much in this sewing room that I have like 5 or 6 completed projects that y'all have not seen. You will this year. That's pretty much the first half of this year up until April is going to be all projects that I made from 2023 but you haven't seen. So this video is really only talking about projects that I have actually put out to the public. And that's how it was last year too. The whole like first half of the year was stuff that I had made the year before. And then the second half of the year is stuff that I actually made that year. So it's a good problem to have. I like having a lot of content and videos like ready to go that I can edit together. I just wish I had more time to do everything, but I do work a full-time job and then also do this and like a million other things, which I absolutely love, and I believe in just like going full force with life because you only get one, so do as much as you can and feel like it's a good amount to do. What are your thoughts? Yeah? Lucky loves the sewing room. It is her favorite spot, and she actually, when I'm on the computer and she thinks I should be sewing, she will come and meow at me. I'm like, oh, do you want to come like sit on my lap? And she's like, no, you need to go to the sewing room, Mom. It's time to sew. I want to go to the sewing room. I think this is actually my favorite cosplay that I've ever made, and also my favorite project of 2023 was my historically accurate Barbie Princess and the Pauper Erica cosplay. That is historically accurate, or at least historically accurate as we can make it, and it'd still be fun, kind of cosplay-y. I loved this. It was so much fun. I did this as a collaboration with Melissa from Hat to Hem. She made the screen accurate version of the dress, and then I made the historically accurate version of the dress, so that we could kind of compare and people could see and compare and contrast what it would probably look like in a historically accurate version, and then what it was going to look like and how would it actually be constructed from the cartoon. It was so fun. Barbie Princess and the Pauper is probably my favorite Barbie movie. It's up there. It's hard to decide. It depends on what mood I'm in. I also love Barbie 12 Dancing Princesses. I love that movie. I think that one is also like top tier. So it kind of depends on what mood I'm in, if I'm feeling more like singy or dancey. But those two go-to Barbie movies. So I've kind of played around with the idea of doing a historically accurate version of Barbie and the 12 Dancing Princesses. Probably one of her sisters with brown hair, who's usually named Courtney, I think. So I just don't know if anyone would like get it if I wasn't like the Barbie, like, you know, so we'll see. So 2023 was like the absolute summer of Barbie. It was a pink-filled wonderland, and I was scrolling through Instagram and I was seeing all of these really cute pink checked outfits that people were sewing and putting together to go to wear when they go see Barbie the movie, and I thought, I want one. I want to do that. So I went to my stash to just see if I might have anything pink that could work, and I did. I found this perfect pink checked fabric, and was it quite like the movie screen accurate? No, but would people know what I was doing? Absolutely. It read Barbie, and I found this perfect pink early 1960s pattern, which was perfect because Barbie was released in the end of the 1950s. End of 50s, early 60s fashion has a lot of overlap, very much stylistically, so it had the same vibe overall, so I was ecstatic, and I actually really love this dress. It's one that I want to wear more. I'm not sure if, I think I have worn it more than just the once. But I already have plans. It's going to be my Easter dress, so I'm definitely going to wear it again, because it's going to be my Easter dress this year. I already have it planned, and it's going to be super cute, but I love that dress, and it is one of the things that I've been doing was more vintage sewing this year, which I really liked because those projects were not as long and involved as some of my other projects that, like a Victorian ball gown. It takes a little bit more time and effort and money and fabric to make all of that, and that is... It is just a wonderful feeling to knock a project out in the week and have something to wear. It's fantastic. So I absolutely loved getting to make that outfit. I loved going to go see the movie with my husband, who dressed up like Ken, and it was adorable and fun and just a wonderful date night experience for us. It was kind of like a costume cosplay date night, which was just the best. My next project was also movie related, and I was actually invited to go to a seance at the historic Run's Nest in downtown Atlanta, and then to a pre-screening of the Haunting in Venice movie. And I was a little nervous because I don't like spooky stuff, but it was not that scary. It was good. It was the perfect amount of scary for somebody like me, where it's like, ooh, intrigue, a little scary, but not like a horror movie, because I was a little concerned. But I was like, it's Agatha Christie, so how are they going to make it into like Agatha Christie into a horror movie? They did not. They did not. And that is why. She's mysterious. So when I got invited to this event, I was like, oh my gosh, I have like a few weeks. What am I going to wear? And I looked up, and the Haunting in Venice movie is set in the 1940s, right after World War II. So I was like, perfect. I'm going to make an outfit from 1947. I have a pattern. It'll be great. And my inspiration for the outfit was based off the outfits that the character Tina Fey plays in the movie wears. So very green. Almost all of her outfits were green. So I had a green dress, and then I made a purple jacket to go with it, and I wore the outfit with the jacket to the seance, and then I wore the dress with just a light black lace shawl to the pre-screening, where I also got to host trivia, which was super fun, and it was so nice, and I enjoyed it so much, and the company invited me back to a couple other pre-screenings as well. Most recently, they invited me back to go see The Crown, and I got to see the first 2 episodes, pre-screenings of the first 2 episodes of part 2 of season 6. But that was a really fun thing that happened this year, was getting to go to some of those pre-screening events. My Instagram really got a lot bigger this year after a couple of viral, not like viral, they didn't hit 1 million or anything, but very well viewed reels that I made. So it was really exciting to see that grow and to get a little bit more of like the influencer perks. I've had more people send me some stuff that you probably noticed I've unboxed in videos. This crown is actually one of them that I was sent, and it's really nice because I don't like get paid a lot. Like I don't actually make money. I do this as a hobby, and while I do get some compensation from YouTube, it's not more than what I spent on materials. So it is kind of nice to get sent some things for free that feel like, oh yay, like somebody is watching and values what I do to like send me something, and you know, to get something like that for the hard work that I put in like this. So that's really nice. It was really like, yay, I'm doing the thing. So yay, thank you if you sent me something and are watching this as well, because it's just really nice. It makes my day when I get to like open something in the mail and someone thought about me and what I would like and some of their products. So it is really, really great. So that's also a nice, really, like a really big thing of 2023, was starting to get to do some more collabs with businesses and getting some of their products. That was huge and really, really nice. So thank you to everyone who also like just watched those. That's really incredible, and I value that a lot as well. So thanks for watching those things and my unboxings, because I enjoy them and I hope other people do too. So I've also posted some event videos that I went to this year. I went to the Outlander Ball, I went to the Bridgerton Ball, both hosted by Atlanta Historic Dance, which I'm a member of. I also went to several SCA events, which were wonderful. I didn't put videos out of all of those, but a couple of them I did, and I'm excited as we get more involved to show you how we get more involved and what we do, and to document that, to like look back on and be like, oh my gosh, can you remember when we started, and then look where we are now. So I think that'll be really fun. And I'm excited for that. And I planted my first garden, and then like 2 years ago, and I showed you a video of me planting my first garden. And I was really excited about the feedback for that, so I'm glad y'all enjoyed that. I'm going to be doing another video of showing you about my garden for the second year, and it did much better. I put in lessons that I learned, and I got some different veggies and stuff, so I'm super excited to show you my year 2 garden, and I have plans to make another garden in 2024. So very, very excited about all the gardening that I get to do. So of course the big project that was like multi-phase project of 2023 was the Molly project, which I started in October. Well, I started posting videos of in October because that is when Meet Molly is set. So the first book in the Molly series is set in October at Halloween, and right before and after Halloween. So that is when I released my video about recreating Molly's Meet outfit. And then I made, of course, her Learns a Lesson outfit, and I released that in November because that is when that book is set. And then I made her Christmas dress, which was probably the hardest of all of the ones so far to recreate. But that is also because I picked a more difficult Vogue pattern from 1947. Which is so fun that I made like 2 outfits from 1947 this year, and like, but didn't even like really like mean to. It just kind of happened. It was like the year that I really got into like 40s fashion, which is something that I had never done before. I never made a 40s outfit. I never made a 60s outfit. I never made a 30s outfit. So look at me, like just going through all the decades of the 1900s. I did a lot of new stuff, which was super cool. And I did even more new things that you'll see when the videos come out. So I'm really trying to flesh out my wardrobe and get to where I have something for like every major fashion decade or major fashion era, which will be insane when I actually do, because like, whoa, but I'm working on it. I'm really working on it, and it's getting there. So that's so cool. Also, in 2023, I made a super cute apron and oven mitt to send to Amy of Swimming in a Sea of Estrogen, as Amy and Annabelle of Annabelle and Aunt Ben's Antics. We came together and did a collab and sent each other aprons. Sadly, because of shipping delays from Australia, I have not received my apron from Annabelle yet, but hopefully it'll get over here to America soon, and I'll be able to show y'all, and I'll post the making of the oven mitt video and the unboxing of the apron as well. So it should come in the next few weeks, I hope. We'll find out. So thank you to everyone who has watched and commented and supported the Molly McIntyre project. I was super excited about doing this and I've been planning it for a year. I announced the project plans last year when I was doing my plans for a 2024 video, and to have that actually come to fruition and to see it and to have such a wonderful response to it was amazing, and I'm so excited that you loved it as much as I do, and it will be continuing in 2024. I'm going to be releasing the videos and the outfits about when the book is set. So Molly's birthday is April, so the Happy Birthday outfit, which is the next one in the series, will be released in April. Then Molly Saves the Day, set during the summer, so that one will come out during the summer. And then Changes for Molly is set in the winter months. It's actually set in like January or something, but I want to try to get that project done this year, so it'll just come out probably like November and December of 2024. And then I also have a couple other outfits from her collection, like her pajamas. I actually have the fabric right over there and the pattern, so I'm ready to go. I'm ready to make her pajamas. And I also am going to make a version of her Miss Victory costume, but as an evening gown. Okay, so I just watched my video from last year about what I thought I was going to make this year, because I wanted to see, did I actually meet all of my goals for 2023? And the answer is almost, actually. So in that video that I made last year, when I said my plans for 2023, I said that I was going to make medieval garb for myself and my husband. 2, I said I wanted to make an 1830s dress. Still want to. I'm not sure if it's in the cards for this year or not. Probably not. but that was the one thing I didn't make. I also said that I wanted to make a beautiful white Regency muslin gown. And while you haven't seen it, I actually did make one this fall, and my Patreon supporters have seen it, and I hope to take beautiful pictures of it this spring. I also made a petticoat to go under that dress because I've been needing a Regency petticoat and I just hadn't made one. So I'm pretty proud of myself for accomplishing a lot of the plans that I had for 2023, and of course I made even more things than just what I had set out to do, or at least expressed in that video. And now what am I going to make in 2024? Well, of course I'm making that tunic that it's my first project of the year. It kind of is I always have time off at Christmas, so I always start a project that kind of is like my last project in 2023, and then my first project in 2024. So it'll be that tunic. I'm very excited about it. It has a lot of embroidery on it, and it has a lot of beading on it. It actually took me almost all day to bead just one of the cuff facings on this. I plan to enter this into a competition, and I am excited but nervous. I think that's something I want to do in 2024 more, is put my work out there even more, and try to enter it into competitions, whether that be Society for Creative Anachronism, arts and science competitions, or cosplay competitions. I'm actually going to a lot of cons this year too. I will be going, and I'm teaching at the Thespian Conference in my state, and I will be talking about historical costumes there, which I'm very excited about. My class will be called A Journey Through Time's Wardrobe, and we will be talking, it'll be very much an introduction, but we'll be talking about silhouettes and historical costumes from ancient Greece until probably about the 1950s or 60s, and we will just be covering major silhouette changes, as it is only an hour and 20-minute class, so not a whole lot of time to get through that much history, but it'll be a lot of fun. I'm bringing some costumes for the kids to try on as we go through and talk about the different outfits, so it'll be a good time. It'll be a really fun time. I'm also going to be at Con Possible. I'm actually doing a costuming panel, again, about historical outfits, and that panel is called Historical Costumes from the Inside Out, so we're going to talk about all of the things that go under certain time periods. This one, Con Possible, is kind of like a Victorian steampunk con, so that's the era that we're going to be focusing on, is the Victorian era. And there's going to be 3 of us. Amy and my friend Kat will be doing that, so it'll be a whole fun thing to do with friends, and I'm excited about it. We're also going to be performing there, doing a Victorian dance with my Ellen Historic Dance Troupe, and that's all just coming up in the next couple of months. So I am doing a lot of events this year, and I'm kind of putting myself out there, doing some different things. But for costume wise, like what am I going to make costume wise? Well, next month I have plans to make a cottagecore inspired apron. I also want to make a 1910s, right, I think I have a pattern for a 1912 suffragist dress. I will be making a dress based off that, because in 1913 in America there was probably like the largest, most well-known march that happened in Washington, D.C. in 1913 for the suffrage movement in America. So and again, I'm making this for a work event. We are doing a World War I homeschool day, and we're talking, of course, about the suffrage movement in conjunction with World War I. So the Molly project went so well that I really want to do the same treatment for another American Girl doll, and right now I am planning on doing Samantha Parkington. Her first book, Meet Samantha, is set in May of 1904, and I think I'm going to try to get her dress done by May. Do I think that's going to happen? I'm not sure. That's what I really want to have happen, but I'm scared about that timeline because 1904 is again a time period that I have never done before, so I'm going to need to create all of the undergarments to support her dress and make it look right. Because again, I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be making Samantha's dresses, but for not the child version, but for a more of adult. I found with Molly that the adult and child version of 1940s were not too different. So it translated really well without having to do a whole lot to like make it more quote unquote grown up. But for Samantha, child and woman dresses are vastly different, structurally, length, style wise, incredibly different. So that's the goal. Cross your fingers and leave me a comment of good wishes, because especially making a corset in that time makes me like a little nervous. So it might not be May, it might be like June, July, it'll be sometime this summer maybe, but that is the goal, is to make the Samantha outfit and to start doing Samantha's outfits this year in conjunction with Molly's outfits that I also want to make. I also want to make this UFO, this unfinished project, this unfinished outfit that I have. I think I started in 2020. I got the fabric and I cut it out either in 2020 or 2021. It was when everyone on CosTube was making historically accurate Disney characters, and I really wanted to do that and thought it would be super fun. But then I needed to make my actual wedding dress instead of making this idealistic one that wasn't going to actually be a wedding dress, but was based off of Cinderella's wedding dress from the live action 2015 version of the movie, because her wedding dress looks like an 1890s ball gown, and I wanted to make like a historically accurate version because the silhouette was already like it, but then I wanted to make it like less fantastical and more historically accurate. So I actually have the dress. I already have it cut out. It is literally right there in that cabinet. It mocks me every time I open the doors. So I need to make it. Like, I need to make it. It is cut out. I have the fabric. It just, I want to do so much embroidery on it that it scares me. So I just have to like really like bite the bullet and just like do it. And that's already a lot of outfits, because if I did all of Molly's outfits, so that was like 5, my suffrage outfit, apron, Samantha's outfit, so we have Meet Samantha, Samantha Learns a Lesson, and then her Christmas outfit that I wanted to do all this year. Oh, I also really want to make myself a Bleo modeled after Arwen's from Lord of the Rings, so it's like a historically accurate Lord of the Rings cosplay, which would be super cool, because I made my husband a super cool medieval outfit. I want to make myself a super cool medieval outfit, so then we have, like, I made us both our like regular people medieval outfits, and now I need to make us like our fancy people medieval outfits. So that's like 11 outfits already. I have a lot of plans and a lot of things that I would love to do for 2024, and honestly we're just going to see how much I get done. I'm trying not to put too much pressure on myself to like get these things done, but boy oh boy, do I just want to do things all the time. So we'll see how much of all of that I actually get done. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for supporting my channel. If you are interested in becoming a Patreon and joining the Historical Belle Society, you can find that link down in the description. Thank you so much to all of my patrons who really made me feel so loved and supported this year, and just helped a lot in a year that can be very challenging. And there's just so many things that I want to make and to share with you and my community that I just really appreciate anything. So thank you for watching this video. That supports me as well. If you would like to give this video a like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below. All of that helps people discover my videos in the algorithm, and also I really like reading all of your sweet comments. Y'all are some of the nicest people, so thank you so much for making the internet a really sweet place for me to come to and to share my creations on. I hope you all have a wonderful 2024, and we will be on this wild ride together, so can't wait.